Mini Helmet is here because 'tis the season for baseball, and today we're going to play Great Baseball for your Sega Master System, which, according to the box art, your outfielders are going to be able to throw up their gloves to catch balls too high for them to reach, just like in elementary school. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take Great Baseball, pop it in my Power Base converter, and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Baseball was published by Sega and carries a copyright year of 1987. The American version of the game is actually different from the Japanese version of the game that came out a couple of years earlier. However, Japan would get a modified version of this game later on. According to SegaRetro.org, the game was programmed by Yuji Naka, who would later become a part of the team that would be responsible for the creation of Sonic the Hedgehog. The manual opens with the following. It's just like the real thing. You get to pick your pitchers and your pitches. You have the advantage of pinch hitters and relief pitchers. Plus, you can run, steal, throw fakeouts, and even hit home runs. And just like in real baseball, you can always strike out. So get ready, it's time to play ball. For this review, I'm going to assume most of my viewers already understand the basics of baseball. Great Baseball is a baseball game for 1 or 2 players, with 3 different modes of play. Level 1, where the computer controls the fielders after the ball is hit until one of your players gets the ball. Level 2, where you control the fielders, and a home run contest where you get to see how many home runs you can hit out of 20 pitches. Once you select your game mode, you pick a generic team based on MLB cities. The players on these teams are generic as well. After you pick your team, you pick your starting pitcher, his specialty pitch, and his stamina. The higher the stamina, the longer your pitcher's accuracy and speed will last. On offense, use left and right to move around the batter's box and the 2 button to swing. By briefly pressing the 2 button, you can attempt to bunt. When controlling the runners, use the D-pad to select the runner based on where they are. For instance, you press up for second base and press 1 to advance or 2 to retreat. You can also use this to try to steal bases. However, I didn't have much luck trying to do this, so typically I didn't attempt to steal bases. You can select a pinch hitter up to 4 times a game. To do so, before the batter comes up, you need to press down and button 1 on the controller. If done correctly, it will bring up the pinch hitter screen. Here you can select the pitch hitter and their specialty. When pitching, you can use left and right on the D-pad to move the pitcher on pitcher's mound, and the 2 button with the D-pad to select your pitch, with up for a fastball, down for a changeup, and left and right for curveballs in those directions. Simply pressing the 2 button will also throw a pitch, which I believe is your specialty pitch, but the manual doesn't make this clear. Similar to pinch runners, before pitching, you can press down and 1 to select a relief pitcher. When the ball is airborne, if you're playing level 2, use a D-pad to move your fielders, trying to get under the ball by judging the shadow, and then according to the manual, you press 1 or 2 to catch the ball. However, I was able to catch the ball at times without pressing a button. When one of the fielders has the ball, you could use the D-pad and the 2 button to throw it to a certain base. For instance, you would press up and 2 to throw to second, or down and 2 to throw to home plate. However, if the base isn't being covered, you will have to wait for one of your men to get there before you could toss the ball there. I never encountered a tie, but according to the manual, if the game is tied after 9 innings in a single-player game, the computer automatically wins. However, in a 2-player game, the game goes into extra innings. Graphically speaking, this is a decent-looking baseball game that's nice and colorful, and I really enjoyed the billboard animations in between innings. The game also features some solid Master System sounds and music, including some cool voice work, except for the foul balls, which sounds like the announcer is just screaming. Family-friendly wise, the game would most likely get an E for everyone rating if released today. Currently at PriceCharting.com, the game has a value of $5 loose, $8 complete, and $21 new. So what do I think of Great Baseball on the Sega Master System? It's actually pretty fun. I think it's smart that you can allow the computer to field the ball for you. Honestly, fielding the ball can be a small pain, since it can be hard to see the tiny shadow, and your fielders move so slowly. There were also times that I wish I could make my fielder dive by pressing a button, but I enjoyed playing without having to worry about the initial fielding. I also didn't care for the pitching perspective, as it can make it hard to judge where the pitch is going to land. So I pretty much ended up swinging at everything, and guess what? That worked for the most part. Sometimes the computer overwhelms me, but other times I was hitting several home runs overwhelming the computer. And outside of the fielding, the controls work rather well. There were a few times where my ball went to home instead of first base where I wanted it to go, but for the most part, everything worked as it should. The game also keeps a really good pace. Some baseball games get bogged down by slow gameplay, but thankfully this version moves pretty quickly. However, 9 innings is still pretty long, so you can expect to play between 20 and 30 minutes a game. But even when my game went 30 minutes, it didn't feel that long thanks to the quick pace. I will mention that I didn't care much for the home run contest. The computer still mixed up pitches, making this contest harder than it should be. But then again, this is just an extra for the cartridge. Overall, I had a lot of fun with the basic game. Its simplified controls gave it an arcade-like feel, and the quick pace helped hold my interest. So where am I going to rank Great Baseball? I enjoyed it so much it's going into my current top 5. I do like Double Dragon more at 3, but I will put this over the also fun Enduro Racer at 4. So out of the 12 games that I'm now ranked for the Master System, Great Baseball is hitting home runs at the 4 position. Great Baseball offers a simply fun baseball game on the Sega Master System. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me both on the Facebook and the Twitter, and click the bell so you don't miss any future videos. At this time, I'd like to thank Jeremy L. for his generous support on Patreon. If you enjoy these videos and appreciate all the work that goes into them, please consider joining my supporters at patreon.com/KnowsWhereGamer. Not only will you get some warm and fuzzy feelings for supporting the show, but you'll also gain access to some exclusive content. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to see you next time on the next episode of the KnowsWhereGamer. Take care and play ball.